Welcome back to LDB Games. I'm Lord Darth Balls. Today I'm bringing you another Raid Shadow Legends video. And guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you how I take down Grythion the Celestial Griffin on floor 10 in the hard Doom Tower. What team I use, what champions I use, and whatnot. Before we get into that, we got a really exciting event going on right now. We have... Obviously, it's our standard, the standard ×2 events like they do, but they have this extra legendary thing going on right now. And guys, this is a ploy to get you to use your shards. It's got me. Because I want Septimus. So ×10, you guys know how that works. Chances of pulling an epic or a legendary from an ancient shard are the same. However, if you do pull one, you get an extra 10 times chances of getting one of these 4 legendaries or one of these 2 epics from an ancient or sacred, or one of these guys from a void shard. Me, I want my Septimus. So without further ado, we are going to pop our first 10 pack. Let's get some gold. Here we go. Not off to a strong start. Let's see if my luck can turn. I mean, 30 shards, I don't realistically, the chances of getting a legendary are pretty slim, but oh, there's an epic. But I also haven't pulled a legendary in a month. So we'll see. Oh, looks like I got to clear some room out first. Before we get into the champs that I use, we're going to go through exactly what Grythion's skills are, what we're up against. He is, on floor 10, going to be Spirit Affinity in the hard Doom Tower. So that's something to consider as well. His A1 attacks one enemy, has a 100% chance of placing a fear. Not the worst, right? At least it's not a true fear. At least it doesn't brick all of your other skills. Not too bad. His A2, Rock Smash, transfers all debuffs from Grythion to each enemy. Then attacks all enemies. And for each debuff transferred, it fills Grythion's turn meter by 5%. So when he goes to use his A2, you don't want to have any debuffs on him. And if you do, you want to have set it up to have a block debuffs on your team. Now you got to be careful with that, because his A3 removes all buffs from all enemies, then attacks all enemies. Now, the buff removal cannot be resisted. So you do not want to have any buffs up when he hits his A3. Especially because the damage increases by 10% for each buff removed. So if you have someone like Archmage, who throws up 3 buffs, that's a 30% increase in damage on each of your teams. So you don't want that. Now, he has a lot of passives. This is a really interesting one. This threw me the first time. Attacks an enemy whenever their HP drops below 50%. So it doesn't matter whose turn it is, what's going on, where the turn meters are. If one of your champions loses health below 50%, he will automatically attack and place a 100% heal reduction debuff on that champion for 2 turns. This can actually be kind of dangerous. Because once you get below that 50% mark, your champion's liable to get killed. Right, so that attack could be what ends up taking out your champion. Celestial Bond, another passive. This adds 1 Sky Bond buff to Grythion at the start of each turn. Also adds 1 Sky Bond buff whenever an enemy's HP drops below 50%. So you want to keep your teammates' your team's HP topped up. If you are constantly getting knocked down below 50%, Grythion is going to be racking up these Sky Bond buffs, and trust me, it hurts. I mean, my first few attempts, I didn't really know what I was doing, and he got up to 20 buffs in like 3 turns. It was pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Because then each Sky Bond buff, right, increases Grythion's attack by 5%, crit rate by 3%, crit damage by 5%, and speed by 2.5%. So that means that if he has 10 Sky Bonds, he has an additional 50% crit damage. Guys, this is nothing to scoff at. So not only do you need to be careful of the buffs and debuffs you're doing, but you need to have enough damage in your team to take him out before this starts getting really bloody. It can stack up to 20, and unfortunately, you can't cleanse him. You can't take them off. You can't have it block. And when he has 10 or more, it ignores shields, block damage, unkillables. So this guy is a menace if you don't take him out soon enough. And then you got Fair Wind. This is an interesting little way that Plarium decided to try to counter all of the turn meter manipulation. So whenever one of your champions decreases Grythion's turn meter, the turn meters of all of your team will be decreased the same amount. So if you go and you hit with an armor girth 30% turn meter, each of your champions lose 30% turn meter as well. Now, when they get fully depleted, they get a stun. So if you have a champion who takes out turn meter 99% of the time, they're going to get stunned immediately after their own attack. So you're going to have a way to cleanse these stuns off of your team so you can actually, hit the Griffin. And then whenever an enemy's turn meter is filled, Grythion's turn meter will be filled the same amount. Turn meter increases are tracked and counted individually for each enemy, so as you increase your turn meter, you're not going to get ahead of him, basically is what they're saying. This guy's fast, he increases his own speed, and there's no way that you can increase your turn meter to surpass him. Alright, we know what we're up against, so let's talk about the champions that I use to take on Grythion the Celestial Griffin. Okay, so here's my squad. I use Duchess in the lead. Gives me the extra 19%. Grythion will constantly be increasing his own speed, so you want to make sure that, I like to get as much speed as I can in here, so I can try to keep up with him. I use both Syl and Doom Priest for their passive heals to keep the HP levels on all of my champions topped up. I don't want them coming down to 50% or below, because then Grythion will get that extra hit. I got Doom Priest for the passive cleanse. Right, Syl has a turn meter reduction on her A1, so pretty much just about every time Syl uses her A1, she will walk back with a stun. So in order for my champions to get their turns, I gotta have that cleanse to pull that stun off of them before their turn comes up again. I use Stagnite. I got Stagnite in a Stalwart set. That's for my decreased defense, decreased attack, another decreased speed on the A1. So that pretty much keeps decreased speed up almost 100% of the time. Obviously, his A2 pulls that off, so that is really the only time that decreased speed doesn't hit. And then for damage, I'm using Trunda. She's my biggest damage dealer in this game, and I need to be able to take out. You gotta take down this Griffin as fast as possible, because once he gets 20 Skybond buffs on, he just wrecks. He hits like a truck. So let's take a look at some of their stats. Alright, I got my Syl here. I was trying to get her in Relentless Sit. I haven't gotten there yet. I got her almost 4k defense, decent amount of HP. She's coming close to 100% crit rate. I think I could just use a little bit more. I got 300 accuracy on there, so she's always landing the decreased speed. She's obviously not going to land her stun on Grythion, but that decreased speed, that's important. It keeps him slower than because he's always constantly getting speed, so it helps kind of negate some of his speed increase. Let's go down to Doom Priest, who needs a little work. A couple broken sets here. I have her just over 2k defense. This needs to be higher. I have 32k HP. This needs to be higher. And I have her running fast. I have her almost 200 speed so that she can continuously cleanse those buffs. She'll never get surpassed to the point where I'm left without a cleanser. Okay, we got my Duchess. This is a huge part of my squad. Her A2, as long as you use it after Grythion's A3, but before his A2, even if he does have debuffs on, because he'll always have a decreased speed, that means I'm not going to take it, because Duchess puts up that block debuffs. Now, I'm going to say it again, his A3 rips off buffs and increases damage per buff ripped. You do not want to use Duchess's A2 before Grythion has his A3. Each one of your champions will take an extra 30% damage, and it will waste this skill completely. So I have her stacked on resist, actually. It doesn't really help me against this guy, but it's always good to have high resist. I have her almost 3k defense, and she's over 50k HP, running super fast. I want her to be my lead champion so that I can get that 8-2 up when I need it. And I can get the revive up when I need it as well. Moving on from there, let's talk about Stagnite. Okay, obviously we got Stagnite for the decreased defense and attack. Okay, I got him up at 300 accuracy. He's up at 210. He's running fast as well. I want to get those debuffs on before my damage dealers hit. I almost got 100% crit rate. I'm getting there. He could use... He's a little frail right here. He's a little low on defense, so he could use some more defense, but his HP levels are pretty good. And then last but not least, my Queen of Queens, my Bay, Trunda, Gilt Mallet, rocking 4.9k attack, just over 200 speed. Obviously, we got 100% crit rate, just over 200 crit damage. Guys, I know this is low. I'm not a whale. She still smacks hard. So don't count out my girl Trunda. Got her with 42 HP, so she can withstand a hit. Defense is a little low, but that's fine for an attack-based champion. She's usually not the target in the beginning. And I keep her accuracy low. Doesn't matter against Grythion because the stuns are not going to apply. Waves are actually kind of cake. So I usually just manual the waves because I believe that Trunda, she can just kind of plop. Yeah, so there's one wave down. And I don't really care if Trunda's skills aren't back by the beginning of Grythion, when I face Grythion, because it takes time to get the debuff situation set up. You can't just throw out Stagnite's decreased defense and decreased attack right away. You sort of have to stagger some of the abilities that you use. So as long as I have, my Duchess is A2 ready to go, I'd like to have my Stagnites A3, A2 ready to go as well. Oh, look, yeah, that's going to be back. That person just one-shot my Doom Priest. That's annoying. Looks like I still need to put some work into Doom Priest. I've been trying to make her more tanky because she's the only off affinity in this composition, so naturally she's the target. So in the beginning, when I didn't quite get this right, Grythion would just rip Doom Priest apart. All right, so you see we got all these passives, right? Standard, immunity. There's the reduction in turn meter, 50%. Honestly, this really doesn't have that much of an impact. This is terrible because then, your Royal Guards, your Cold Hearts, you don't want to use Cold Heart anyway because of the turn meter. But all of those max HPs capped at a certain amount. I think it's like 130k. And we went over these. So now in terms of the order of Grythion's moves, he's going to use his A3 first. So you do not want to be throwing up buffs. The shields, whatever. It is what it is. Like, there's no way you're going to avoid that with Duchess. But I do actually want to drop decreased defense and decreased attack immediately because he's not going to use this. I have technically 2 turns. Grythion still needs to go. Okay, there's the buff removal. Not that big of a hit. Let's get that decreased speed. Maybe not. Yeah, see that? She stunned herself by decreasing his turn meter. It's actually kind of funny. I think that's a little glitch where they like crawl back. But you can see why I'm using Trunda. She hits for about 50k each hit. Yeah, there's that decreased speed. Now, at this point, with Grythion about to get his attack, she's about to lose her block debuffs. Yeah, so Trunda's the only one that took the debuffs, but you can see everyone else maintained that block debuffs. So they're not taking the decreased defense, the decreased attack, the decreased speed, which can really throw you out of whack. Especially as Grythion starts ramping up his own damage. So here, look, we still have 2 turns left until he rips the buffs off of me, which means I can activate Trunda's damage again. We got 3 turns for the debuffs, so I can get that decreased defense on there again, so I can start building up some damage. Other than that, it's pretty much just A1s as we go. Yep, still crawls back to her spot, stunned. But that's okay, because when Doom Priest gets her turn, there goes the stun. Doom Priest is one of the, I would say she's the linchpin to this, to beating this boss, because of that passive cleanse. I mean, you can try to use other cleansers like Bad Al. Oh, see here, look. Even though her A2 is ready, he's about to hit me and rip all the buffs off. If I throw this up, I'm wasting it. So I'm going to throw my A1 out. He's going to get his turn, remove whatever buffs I have. See how it's like a tickle. It's like a tickle. Let's keep that decreased speed maxed out on him. A1, A1. Crawling back with that stun. And now we're about to get those debuffs transferred back on me. Let's throw that block debuffs up. Okay. I do need that decreased defense on him, though. Should I wait? Yeah, I'm going to wait on this one because he's about to get his turn and he's about to use his A2. So it's not about preventing the decreased defense and decreased attack from coming on to me. It's one, lowering the damage that he does, because he'll do, he increases his turn meter. It's about keeping him slow, and saving my turn, my ability. So if I had used that, those buffs would have been gone, and then I wouldn't have my A3 yet. Still 2 more turns, so I'm going to throw my increased attack up because, yeah, see, I wouldn't have this, and that decreased defense wouldn't be on him now. Beautiful. Let's put that. Nope, still didn't get that decreased speed up. He's about to get his turn, but it's an A1. It's really not too much to worry about. Let's see what I can get on this A2 here. Yeah, 118. That A2 has some insane multipliers. Okay, beautiful. There's that decreased speed again. Cool, so this is pretty much, what it's going to be. You really just got to make sure you don't use any massive buffs prior to his A3, and that you either have a block debuffs or you have made sure that all of your debuffs have fallen off by the time he uses his A2. So I'm actually going to clip this. I'm going to bring you guys back in towards the end when I've brought his damage down more, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, here we are again, towards the end of Grythion. You really gotta be careful in when you're using what skills. This isn't a boss you can just kind of willy-nilly run through, click on auto. Okay, we'll A1 with her. Still got 3 turns left. Let's revive. Some turn meter decrease there. Let's Silk crawl back. Keep the A1 going. We're going to get some debuffs in a minute, so I can't use his A2. I do want to use her A2, though. Boom. Okay, wow, big hits. Holy crap. I need that decreased defense. This does usually less damage potential. Oh, there he goes again. Alright, you know, it's funny. Stag Knight was strong enough to withstand, to be part of my Scarab team. But he seems to be no match for Grythion. She's got 2 turns left. I don't have a cleanse anymore. That's okay. Okay, that's good. Let's get some damage. See, I'm still going to miss that turn. No! Just let me get them up for like a turn or 2. This guy is a menace. He's about to take out my Duchess. If he gets Duchess past 50% health, that second hit, that will kill. It happened last time. We are about there, though. No! I think I'm gonna try the revive. Fuck, I got 1 turn left. Okay, good. She didn't get over 50% health. If she gets over 50% health, that means she's gonna take a hit and then take another hit again. I really hope that's gonna destroy me. Oh, thank God. Here it is. Here it is. Not yet. I thought she had one of her abilities left. Still no revive left on her. Oh, my Trundle's going to get an attack before Grythion goes. Boom. And there it is. Grythion the Celestial Griffin on hard Doom Tower floor 10. I can't even imagine what the higher levels are going to be. Alright guys, we are doing one final 10 pull. I just used some gems, get some extra shards. I have enough space. I made some space up. I really want to see some gold, and I want that free legendary. So we're going out on a final 12 pull of ancient shards. Guys, I hope you liked my video. I hope it helped you get through Grythion the Celestial Griffin. If you have any other strategies, let me know down in the comment. Not a very good epic. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I will be coming out with more content. Let me know if you guys want to see something in particular. As you noticed, it was not the easiest. Come on, last shard, right? It's got to be a legendary. It's got to be a legendary. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Wow. What did I get? I only got 3 epics, I think, out of 45 shards. 3 epics. Pretty solid chances right there. Guys, that's all I got for you. Like I said, if you liked it, hit that like button. You want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Did you like it? Did you not? Did you use a different strategy? Are you trying to use this strategy and it's not working? Let me know. Let's see if I can help you. And, what do you think the higher bosses are going to be like if this guy was that hard? Did they really make it that much harder? Anyway, I'm Lord Darth Balls. I'll catch you guys next time.